Alright, hello and welcome. So, it's time to go over some cosmetic stuff, because I have a whole bunch, and I get a lot of questions about this, so I'm going to try and go over absolutely everything. If you'd like to skip anything, or skip to anything specifically, over there on my Excalibur's left, that should be all of the different kind of sections here, or the main sections, because we're going to go kind of in a weird order. And we're going to start with helmets. So, helmet-wise, this is an arcane helmet. This is, if you see like some discrepancy in my power strength and stuff like that, this is going to be what's doing that, essentially. Pretty much 100% of the time, if you see some like weird discrepancy in my power, strength, range, efficiency, or duration, this is what's causing it. I use this on my Why Would You Use Excalibur and on just regular Excalibur all the time. Otherwise, the thing that needs to be mentioned with helmets is that these are Tenogen, notated by these little blue marks here. On consoles, you guys will not have these currently. I think they're working on getting you guys this, but it's not available right now. So, if you see a weird helmet and you don't see it in your store, chances are it's a Tenogen one. So that's that with Tenogen. And there's not really anything else in terms of helmets. There's just there's the deluxe skin helmets, but those are pretty easy to preview as well. Otherwise, that's deluxe skin stuff. Animation sets. So I use these. These are all of the ones that I use. They're pretty easily recognizable. Hydroid Noble is the one I use for a lot of my male frames, and Atlas is the other one that I'm mainly using now. Ivara is used on my Valkyr, and Mesa Noble is used on my Nova, and a couple others. But yeah, these are all of the animation sets that I have bought. Anything you see outside of this is just one of the default stances of the Warframe. Moving on to attachments. So this is where things get a little complicated because there are a lot of goddamn Syndanas. I'm not going to go over any of the basic ones. This one comes from a Syndicate. This is the Telos one, so it comes from the Arbiters of Hexus. The Udyat, I get asked this a lot. This is an arcane one. It's infused with an arcane. This is from Prime Access. This is the Balbon Prime Access. This one is the Saren Prime Access. This is a Prime Access. Day of the Dead. These ones are only available during Halloween. This is a Prime Access one again. This is a Tenogen one. Got to be careful with the Tenogens here as well. Palatine. This comes from the Rhino Deluxe Skin Pack. The Bakal Syndana, this comes from Hunhouse Gift. This is a Steam-only item. This is the Phase Syndana. It's an actual Steam item that you can trade. Same with the Rubido Syndana here. The Rakta Syndana came from an event. The Sinoid Syndana, this is another Syndicate one. Another Syndicate one here. And that's all of them that I have. There's some other Tenogen ones down here that you will probably not see. Maybe this one. But yeah, that's what's up with all of my Syndanas. As for armor stuff, so there's not a whole lot to discuss here, just kind of the weird ones that I have. Okay, so the Hulta armor, I'll show these pieces, we'll just go through and equip the entire, sets. Okay, so, this is what, default, there we go. This is the Hulta set. This is what it looks like. This came in the Loki Deluxe Skin Pack. The Bakal armor, as before, this is in the Hunhouse Gift. This is what it looks like. I'm commonly using the leg guards for these now, because I think they're very cool. But that's what this armor is. And then the Targus armor is probably the one I get the most questions about. This is these shoulders that I'm using pretty much all the time, and on most of the Warframes, a huge majority of them. This was in Prime Access. The Hunhouse Gift is always available, as are the Loki Deluxe Skin ones. And I don't think there's anything else that is really of note in here. Yeah, for armor, that's pretty much that. So let's get rid of this. Actually, let's not get rid of anything except for the chest piece, because we'll need some space there. Then, as for regalia, so emblems. This is where things are going to get a little bit complicated. So, wrong side. This is what my Alliance emblem looks like. If you see this, that's what it is. A lot of these are from events. The Asteron Sekira, this is from Nightmare LOR. I'm not going to go over all of the event ones. The event that they're from, they usually just say it. This is my clan emblem. This is from being a founder. This is the low-level founder one. This is the mid-level, or one of the mid-levels, and then I have the other mid-level that we'll see farther down. Otherwise, this is from running JV. It's the third raid. The Courier emblem, this is from getting half the Courier. This is my Master Founder emblem. This comes from regular LOR. And Tethra's Doom. This came from the Tethra's Doom event. I get this one asked all the time, so I'll just point it out. It has not rolled back around, but it probably will. This is from the Escalation version of Tethra's Doom. And I think that's all of the emblems, except there's actually one I wanted to point out. It's the Stratos. So this one, the thing inside, which you can like barely see because it's like gotten way, like it's changed a couple of times. The thing inside changes depending on how many of like the Stratos events you've done, so that will vary for everyone. But that's what the Stratos emblem is. You get it on your first completion of any of the Stratos events, which most people have done at least one. So that's all the emblems. And now let's go with sigils. So this is another one where there's going to be a shit ton, and a lot of these are from like Conclave and all over, tons of like all my Syndicate ones, all that stuff. There are boss ones. The boss ones are just named, of course. This came from the Banshee Deluxe pack. This one is a login reward. Conclave, of course. Community of Tenno. This one is available just for 1 credit on the shop, I believe. This one came from a Prime Access pack. This is another login reward one. The Mastery Sigil, this changes based on your Mastery rank, so this is going to vary for everybody, although I think you automatically have this one. This one comes from Borrow. It's a Prisma. The Rift Sigil, this is the one that is on the back right of my Excalibur Prime. It's like his like crazy shoulder energy web. This also came from an Escalation event that has not rolled back around, although this thing did drop from another event at like a less than 1% drop rate, so maybe watch out for that. But I probably wouldn't really suggest it. Otherwise, there's some Christmas ones in here. That's all of those, I believe. And then, is there anything else? Oh yeah, colors. Okay, so colors. Where all these come from. This orange comes from the Grenier palette. This black is in the Smoke palette. White is in the Smoke palette. This gold is... This is in the Fire palette. These are in the Tenno palette. Both of these browns and this cream color I use and this red are all in the Tenno palette. And I'll just actually go back and show where all these are. Top right of the Grenier palette. And then this one is the bottom left and the top right of this one. The blue is this one in Classic Saturated. We already showed where these ones were from. And actually, I don't think I showed this one. This one's in Fire. Yeah, this one's in Fire along with this gold. And those are like the colors I'm generally using, although I switch it up from time to time. So if you see a color that's not here, feel free to ask. And I think that's everything. So now let's just go over everything that everybody looks like. Also, this is the why would you use Excalibur. He is just like basic colors, and this is his immortal skin. I know people ask about that one a little bit often. So there it is in specifics. But of course, we're about to see all of them in specifics. So please enjoy that.
I can't talk, every stolen kiss, every late night walk, every secret wish, every second chance, every time we dance under